But we haven't taken this seriously. While this is coming as a surprise to the general public, people held at MCC have filed legal motions for years talking about these conditions. They've filed administrative remedies for years. The DOJ knew. U.S. attorneys knew. Judges in the Southern District of New York knew. And either they turned the other way or they allowed it.
Well, I mean, you've been trying to raise this with the media, for instance, for years. What was the response? Why didn't people cover this despite all these legal cases?
So one of the absurd things about the past 72 hours is no fewer than 20 different news organizations. Many of the sort of most major news organizations in this country have, emailed and tweeted at me, urgent, can we talk to you? Will you come on? A number of those news organizations I had sat down with 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 9 years ago, saying there is a crisis in Lower Manhattan. When attention turned, thankfully, to conditions at Rikers, I talked to journalists saying, we need to look across the river also at MCC. And again, people looked the other way. Or people tried to research. Getting information out of the Federal Bureau of Prisons is extremely difficult. What I hope will come out of this is finally attention to the conditions there at MCC. I think we've seen a media spectacle in the past few days and all this interest at MCC. But I guess my question is this really going to shine a light on what's happening there? Or is this part of the kind of salaciousness of this story? So we're kind of titillated by the details at MCC, but then we're going to sort of let it continue? Or are we going to, and again, I think we can see what finally the attention brought to bear on Rikers finally led to some both changes there and hopefully more changes ahead. Will that happen?
We'll call for the closing of Rikers.
Right, and hopefully that's going to happen. Similar kinds of light needs to be shown at MCC. It is not clear to me, despite, again, all the attention this week to MCC, but what I very much hope, what many civil rights sort of advocates and lawyers who have been trying to sound the alarm about MCC for years hope, is that this will finally force us to see what is happening in this high-rise dungeon in Lower Manhattan.